Yeah. This is gonna be a fight happening straight into blue side jungle. That's gonna be Tarzarizo. And that is a huge ulti from the Rel. Tarzarizo getting there, trolling you, trying to just be that front line for Art of War Esports. Freedom Potatoes has to flash out. A-mid trying to kill people on the side, but he is alone now. The rest of Art now from this split push. Oh, but that's going to be Art of War Esports now engaging to the fight top side. Freedom Potatoes is too low for this. Swifty is the front line, and Music Boy can just pepper him down. Teleports coming out from OVS and Art of War Esports right now. Limpster has arrived to the fight. Krims is now really low. Stat just gets to keep autoing and autoing.
Top echelon of this season is both of Mundo.
Oh, one-man mission, trolling you, doing anything he can to prevent this Baron, and he's gonna do it. He's gonna be able to stop this Baron from happening. Oh, A-mid has teleported with a package. This is a 2v4 right now. Can they do it? A-mid gets two. A-mid has to flash out. Matt Stat is the only one left alive right now. Trolling you and A-mid are able to actually save this game.
Back your head into a little stone structure.
Trolling you teleported to the super minion to try to keep it alive next to the tower. Art of War Esports starting a fight. That's gonna be Tarzarizo trying to go for a Relo to try to save the game, but there's gonna be no chances for OVS. Art of War Esports with a Welcome back, FOF people. Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are in week 3, day 1. We have Olympus Amber versus Azura Gaming. My name is Chris Sunga. I'm here with Chris Edgeworth. How are you, sir?
I am doing excellent, and I'm like Brendan, also spinning many plates right now, as I am loading up the spectator delay as we get this draft underway. Olympus Amber versus Azura Gaming. I don't think that I've actually seen any of Azura Gaming's games yet, because I've only seen the games that I worked on, and minus a couple other ones, so be interested to see how things go with that. As the thank you, the spectator was doing the black screen thing, and now it's all good, so I'm not sweating anymore. As we see the Kane Blue 1. All right.
Kane B1. Talk to me. Yes.
I think it's interesting if you're saying, in my opinion, this is what you say when you slam B1 Kane in an organized draft setting like this. You're like, our jungler is going to 1v9 Smurf and Pisslow on the enemy team.
Okay, got it. Well, then that's a lot of eggs in Woman Appreciators basket. We got Kaisa and Viego coming on the side of Azura Gaming. And yes, this is a very FOF color-friendly scene. I appreciate this. Thank you, OA and Azure Gaming, keeping us on palette. Appreciate you. Lucian, Rel coming onto the side of Olympus Amber, and Maokai on the side of Azure Gaming. Maybe not locked in yet, but maybe.
Yeah, and the Maokai lock-in, I think, is interesting insofar that, typically, for those of us that are meta slaves, like we're used to seeing in the pro regions, Maokai is a jungler. But unless this is a lane Viego, I think it's highly likely that we'll be seeing Maokai in the top lane instead.
Yep, true. I don't believe I've actually seen too much of Olympus Amber and Azure Gaming either. These are both two new teams coming into Friend of Foe Season 7. Kind of a little bit of Azure Gaming members have been in FF before, but they have returned with a new squad. So completely new people for me to be casting this season. Gonna be super exciting to see what kind of characters they play, what kind of champions they play, what their play style is. Annie and Yasuo banned off the side of both teams right now.
And one thing to point out, is that for the first round of picks, they didn't sequence on the support. If you take, what I said about the Maokai, that's probably the top laner. And so then what they're banning, though, I don't know if they're thinking that they could be playing Yasuo in the top lane. That might be a thing that Potato Fries might be interested in. And then the Fiora is also a top lane takeaway. So they're not super worried about the possibility that they could have had supports banned away for Piplup. I do want to also point out that I'm noticing this is the second game in a row that it would be weird. That it happened twice. This is the second potato theme name in a row with Potato Fries.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. There's two players currently, that has potato in their name, and then Brendan was saying in the last game, while they were scouting OVS, when they were checking Freedom Potato's match history, he was playing with a flex team of all people named Potato something or something Potato, and I have no idea if Potato Fries is also part of that crew or not. There could be some kind of win trading happening here. I don't know, some conspiracy happening. But I don't know. We'll see it. I'll have to ask them. We have to get one of them on an interview. If Azure Gaming comes on, we can ask them. Or if Azure Gaming wins, we can ask them.
I think we have the 9-dimensional Mahjong, and
Okay.
Maokai was actually always going support the entire time.
Ah, okay, yeah. Renekton hovers from the side of Azure Gaming. It's going to be a locked-in Renekton for Potato Fries. That's the second Renekton today. We commented saying how much of a confidence pick Renekton is usually in FOF games. This usually means that you really do feel that confident that you're that much better than your opponent.
Well, I, for one, can't wait. I do want to remind all of our players, there is no chrono break for us. So if you are going to pick Viego and Silas on the opposing teams from one another, you are just dumping all of the spaghetti onto the table. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. If something happens in this game, don't blame me. Blame Rito.
We don't have the budget. We don't have the budget to chrono break
Small indie game company for sure. As we have the game getting spooled up here, and we will get underway. Whoops, I just undid the Zoom. So we will go right in.
You're just spilling trade secrets. Okay, here we are, back into the game. FOF day, week 3, day 1. This is the second game of the day. Olympus Amber versus Azure Gaming, two of the newest teams on the block. Both of these teams played admirably in the qualifiers. ASG winning out in the first round, meaning they got to auto-qualify right away. And Olympus Amber actually had to fight in the gauntlet where they had to play within a group of 5, but they were able to get out and qualify for the final season of FOF. Just a simple 5-point so far from both teams. Everything going to be just a little quiet and slow, it feels like today.
Yeah, and so it looks like, no one wants to flip it at level 1, which I think is probably the right idea. Especially if you have a Kayn on your team, and that is like a quarter of a champion at level 1. So yeah, you're definitely going to try and play safe if you are the side of Olympus Amber. I don't think Azure really has an impetus to really want to flip it at level 1 either. Like, I don't know if their champions aren't amazing at level 1, unless you pick some really bizarre skill orders to start with. So Everyone's just gonna
Yeah.
fly casual.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, make sure you come gamble, come vote,
Gamba!
predict who you think will win. Predictions will close after first blood. So make sure you spend those channel points, come on in and just start gambling. Yes, gambling. I love gambling. Handy Capo and Red the Chair. Just gonna be trading it out early in the game. Ooh, that's actually a lot of damage going onto Red the Chair. Slight mistake in the micro. Toke Life going very aggressive level 1. Piplup doing the right thing and just autoing away while he can before spending any abilities. Ignite onto Aqua Domain. Not going to be able to force a kill, but Aqua Domain now has to just chug those health pots to try to stay in this lane.
Wow, and it's the side with the Lucian that gets the all-in at level 1, I should say, before the famous level 2 power spike of the Lucian. So,
Yeah.
a lot of damage put out as...
Whoa! Red the Chair getting, honestly, almost immediately deleted for trying to engage onto Handy Capo. Does have to flash out in exchange for Handy Capo's Ignite, and Flash does have teleports, so will be able to go back to lane safely, but that is unfortunate. You don't want to see that so early.
Yep, that's the... They pulled a sneaky on him, you know, with the electrocute proc plus the wind up of the 3 mark passive of Echo. You can just sneaky get in a ton of damage early.
Yep. Not too much else should be happening within this early game. We're going to wait until everyone's at least level 3, level 4, level 5 before Lindblum and Woman Appreciator feel like they can start anything bot lane. But so far, a lot of pressure from the side of ASG's laners right now.
Yeah, and the thing that's good about what happened for Azura's bot lane early, where they were able to get those poke, is that they're able to sort of set the pace in those early levels when they're very vulnerable, when the likelihood of a jump in from a rel can be pretty dangerous, especially with the follow-up damage that you get from the Lucian. But getting this early damage out, they've been able to secure themselves a cushion during this dangerous time. But now Woman Appreciator is here to even the score.
Yeah, Woman Appreciator hovering this bot lane right now. If Piplup and Happy Ending decide to move just a little bit more forward, they might fall into this. Oh, do they see this? Woman Appreciator starts to come in hot. Piplup going to be stunned up. Ignite popped on him. One more auto. Flash forward from Aqua Domain gets that kill. Happy Ending trying to even it up. Forces himself to flash, but that doesn't mean he's going to get out alive. That's 2 kills for 1 in favor of Olympus Amber.
The good news.
Yes.
The Kayn gets red stacks from hitting the Maokai. So for any of our Kayn enjoyers, if we're trying to figure out what they're doing in this game, I have to imagine that it's going to be a red Kayn for Woman Appreciator. I feel like the blue Kayn with Silas and Lucian on your team is kind of int. It's just like a little too much damage, you know? And it's nice to be able to get the solid knock-up from the Ross W. And it's really easy to hit, but you have the gigantoid glacial area that you get from your rel hitting the Q now. As you see a little trade on the top side. One thing also to point out is we have the Cole in the top side for the Renekton.
Yes.
So he's opting for
Double.
some scaling gaming.
Double confidence. I like Toke Life right now, pathing towards this mid lane right now, just to double check, just to make sure. He's also able to drop a ward if he wants to on the way back to bot lane. This is a very standard, support pathing, especially in competitive games, to just go mid right after a clean back. But he's able to make it back to lane. Aqua Domain doesn't get punished for not having support on him. And Olympus Amber looking much more confident than the first 2 weeks.
Yep, so Azura looks like they're...
Ooh, okay, Handy Capo tries to go in. Lots of damage coming out from Red the Chair. He gets a shield, but Woman Appreciator's right here, and Handy Capo doesn't see this. That's an easy kill for Woman Appreciator on the Kayn, but on the side, that's going to be ASG able to get that dragon. This fight, it will begin. Piplup gets knocked up, immediately gets deleted by Red the Chair, and that means Happy Ending and Lindblum have to just run away. Olympus Amber looking good right now.
So in D&D terms, I'm sure someone in the chat is gonna get mad at me saying this, but like a natural 1 when you roll a natural 1, doesn't
Yeah.
mean necessarily that what you ask to do doesn't happen. It just means it means that something bad happens because of it. It can still succeed. I feel like that was the natural 1 of getting that dragon. They got it. Like, but that was one of many different ways that whole scenario could have played out. Like, on one hand, giving up your mid laner, they're like, we can't get to that play in time, homie. Like, we're already committed to the dragon. Like, sucks to suck. But then he brought handicap, came down to his team in like a way like, they're gonna help me, guys. They're hitting me, pa. And it's just like, then he just brought the whole team over to his team, who had just expended health, like tanking the dragon. They're just like, oh, I guess we'll just fight these guys now.
Yeah, lots of things in hindsight. Handicap could have played that much more safe, but Lindblom actually trying to invade right now has to flash away because 2 members of Olympus Amber are here. It's almost like they see everything that they're doing. Handicapo gets caught out. Red the Chair is here to almost secure the kill. 4 members of Olympus Amber. Red the Chair flashing for that secured kill. Really wanted to make sure he got it.
All right, so follow me on this. Hypothetically, what if
I love hypotheticals.
What if we didn't go into their jungle? You know what I mean? Just throwing ideas out there. I mean, on the other hand, though, then like they're like, well, you did it to us, so we're gonna do it back to you, then better. So now Olympus Amber is just breaking into Azura's jungle, just eating their lunch. Just Viego's just being a sad boy.
Oh, Lindblom, you don't see that the support is there with you. Women Appreciator is just able to get that. This is ASG trying to force something to find their way in right now, but you don't have to do so right away. We're only in the first 8 minutes of the game. We could have many opportunities later in the game. Anybody could throw this at any time, you know.
Yeah. Oh no. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. It's only 8 minutes in. Yeah, there's a lot of kills that have gone over, but overall, like, the gold difference really seems to be only in those kills. There's not like massive CS discrepancies across the board or anything like that. I mean, they have the Cole, you know, Azura, they have the Cole.
That's true.
Renekton is gonna cash that in for some fun bucks. He's gonna get some tickets at the Chuck E. Cheese prize counter when he completes his Cole, and then the shopkeeper's gonna give him something good for that. So look forward to that.
Yeah, ASG, they're going to have to try to find some kind of power source. It might be within this Renekton. If Lindblom can start to try to force engages into the top lane and get his Renekton ahead, get Potato Fries ahead, he might be able to save this game a little bit. He is going to opt to try to force Aqua Domain out of this tower right now, so they're going to be able to get more tower plates. That is one decision that they can make to try to trade this off, but Lindblom might get caught off here from Toke Life. Toke Life just trying to see who he can catch out. Happy Ending gonna have to get warded off. Piplup starts with the Maokai ulti, but a little bit of damage is gonna come out in the mid lane. Actually, both lanes right now, it doesn't look like that Maokai ulti was able to hit anyone.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we weren't able to see the cool transition in base, but it's a Kayn angle. So Kayn on the road, making the rounds now, as we have Lindblom mid.
Yeah, Red the Chair gonna get caught out by the jungler right now. Lindblom does get a lot of damage. Oh, but that's a lot of return damage from Red the Chair right now. Lindblom actually has to dash out with a sliver of HP.
And be interested to see. I don't know if. Yeah, he just doesn't have.
We can see Kayn stack.
What he uses. I didn't see what Red the Chair used for his ultimate. I didn't see what he steals.
Oh,
he
I
used
did not
Heartbreaker
see.
at the beginning.
Could not tell. Potato Fries is here with the flank. This might be a good way in, but Potato Fries doesn't have a whole lot of follow-up just yet. Oh, but ASG is here to clean up the rest of Olympus Amber. Women Appreciator getting exhausted. Gonna flash forward onto Lindblom, but nice jump out from Lindblom to be able to stay alive. Don't get too greedy. You can keep yourself alive. Don't let Olympus Amber get too many more numbers. That's Renekton. Potato Fry is going to be trying to go on to the Shen. And Aqua Domain has now joined the fight, which means he's going to be able to just dominate this. And that's the rest of ASG going down to Olympus Amber.
Oh, I felt like the best part about that play was I was like, okay, you commit to the play. You know Aqua Domain is not there. You get in and you get out. And then they just kept fighting. And I was just moments before like all of this started happening and we had the perpetual nightmare fights. I was gonna talk up, I think the one good thing that Azura have going for them is that they were able to stifle the bottom lane pretty hard, and Kaisa is gonna come online, and she's gonna have the range to hit all of these melee champions. I mean, like, Lucian doesn't have a ton of range when you get into the later stages of the game comparatively to some of the other AD carries. So there's, it's again a 3-ish K, 4K lead abouts right now at 11 minutes. Not good, 12 minutes. But if they can maintain that for the next 10 minutes, then they're in a much better spot. They'll have item spikes. The Kaisa already has the static shift completed. It's not the most insane broken version. Speaking of static shift, that is one of the interactions that I'm waiting to see if there's any bizarro-ness that happens with entering the Matrix with Silas Viego stuff as they trade here. Is one of the interactions that got Static Shiv disabled in the first couple of days after the item rework recently was that if you turn, like, I think it was if you were Silas or Viego and you turned into, or no, it was Viego, and you turned into the other team, your Static Shiv would like kill your own minions and you can farm your own waves. And like Dota creep kill, whatever they call it. Deny, there we go.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
I'm curious if, like, you know, you are Silas and you steal Viego ult and become Kaisa and you get her static shiv, are you gonna be able to, like, do shit like that? I don't know. So that's what if there's any spaghetti, that's the spaghetti. That's the
spaghetti.
That's the bowl of pasta I would like to receive. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
if we're gonna have the pasta, if we're gonna have spaghetti, that's the spaghetti I want.
Got it. Understood. I've been more a fan of most recently, I'm so sorry, what is it called? It's not pizza, but I'm so sorry, Lindblom getting destroyed onto the side. My stream was frozen for a second there. Yeah, calzone, thank you. I was so focused on Italian food for just a second there. Potato Fries now getting hunted by the rest of Olympus Amber. Olympus Amber just in the driver's seat for this game right now.
Yeah, it is. It is, of course, their game to lose at this point, to be sure. As long as they play smart. I mean, I say play smart. They just, like, chased the jungler all the way back to their base. So
yeah,
like that can mean a lot of different things, I guess.
Yeah.
But as we see, I don't know what's going on the mid lane here. They're just pushing the wave in. Okay. But oh, and they're just the tanks are fighting.
Thanks for fighting. They're duking it out. Women Appreciator is actually here for the follow-up if they want to continue to dive this. This honestly just looks like a free kill. There's no flash onto Potato Fries right now. He does ulti to try to keep himself alive, but that's going to be ASG actually arriving to the fight. Piplup and Happy Ending are here to clean up this fight. Olympus Amber sends a teleport. That's Red the Chair joining for this fight. Toke Life is now here as well. Everyone just coming in one by one, and it's now a 3v3. Olympus Amber able to actually save this fight and kills Potato Fries. Double kill for Woman Appreciator. 14-4 in favor of Olympus Amber.
It's a horror. I felt like Azura, like, they keep making what I would consider to be the right plays, but that doesn't mean they're like high percentage plays. That one, they stayed in that fight a little too long here. Limblom's trying to find them with Shen ult.
Oh, but Aqua Domain decides to fight back now that he has Shen ult on his side. Handy Capo decides to flash forward, is actually able to get Aqua Domain. And unfortunately, Shen won't be able to do a whole lot. He's not going to be able to do too much damage, but actually, Handicapo down to 40% health, has to run away from this. But that's one kill now over to the side of ASG.
Yeah, don't get it twisted, Aqua Domain. You are still squishy. Echo can pop you. And that's basically what we saw there, like we were saying earlier. The sneaky damage, he's got the Sork Boots completed now. Yeah, I think you get a magic pen from the proto belt too, right? Yeah. So like so much magic pen coming through that the proc damage from the electrocute combined with your passive can just totally end you, like we saw there with the little pop. So yeah, still there's still signs of life. There's the gold lead here down to just 3k, 2k rather now. As Azura is not entirely out of this game. It looks bleak, but What I will say is that the game doesn't think it's over for them because they don't have the objective bounties.
Yeah, true. True. It's honestly still anyone's game. The score might not look the best for ASG, but they actually have opportunities back into this game if they just wait this out a little bit. Happy Ending does have a little bit more farm than Aqua Domain. Might be the win con for these fights. I don't think I agree with trying to fight for this dragon if you're this far behind. ASG could look for other opportunities where they could just try to find more CS, more waves to push right now. I don't think they need to try to force this. Olympus Amber sending all 5 here just to secure it as well. Okay, they're gonna commit to it. ASG is sending it. Happy Ending throws the Maokai ulti. No actual follow-up just yet, so no real engage. A little bit of poke coming out. And Red the Chair pops out the Maokai ulti from Silas himself, and that's going to be Toke Life starting the fight with Rel. Happy Ending gets barely deleted. Aqua Ending goes down. Handy Capo takes down Toke Life, and it's now 3 versus 3 right now for this fight. This fight is still so even. Potato Fries trying to find a way in, but 2 fights happening on 2 different sides. Lindblom gets really low. Lindblom goes down. Olympus Amber now have numbers for this fight. ASG have to retreat now.
Yeah, since they don't really have any way to deal with the Kayn without the exhaust available. As we can see, Kai'Sa has the exhaust. It is on cooldown. So if that's the case, then you have to task people with getting Woman Appreciator as soon as the Kayn reappears out of the ultimate from the Umbral Trespass. So if, you know, I don't agree. They shouldn't have been there, like you were saying. They probably didn't need to watch them do that dragon. I frequently talk about this whenever I have the odd cast here and there. It's just like, you just count the dragons. You'll know whether you need to be there or not. And they didn't really need to be there to stop the stacking. They already have 1 dragon, so
yeah,
like, you could have just chilled. Like, they had the wave on top side was pushed all the way to the tier 2. They could have just, you know, put some pressure on them, make them. You just mess with them at the dragon. Like, you send it, like, yeah, you send the Maokai over there to just like throw Saprolings at them and like throw the ultimate at them to just like fuck with them while they're doing. Pardon me. So screw with them while they're doing it. But you don't need to have the whole squad there. Is the point to make. So. It is what it is. Like, we get closer to 20 minutes to look at my marker from earlier. The gold lead has shrunken slightly. They still are at a deficit, but again, that's what you want to see if you're Azura. You just want to scale. You want to get your Kai'Sa online. You want to be able to get these items, as we now have the Gnasher's Tooth completed on the Kai'Sa. So, still lots of signs of life for them.
Yeah, and I'll give credit where credit's due. ASG, even though they've lost the fight and the dragon in the end, they actually still kept that fight pretty competitive. So, you know, under better 5v5 circumstances or a better 5v5 area or scenario, there's a chance that ASG actually win that fight, which is signs of life, at least for ASG, which means they might feel good enough to play.
You're right. That fight was super winnable. I think it really just came down to target selection, and like, if they did have the exhaust,
okay, Woman Appreciator coming in hot with the Shen ulti. Toke Life flashes forward. Happy Ending has to flash out. Piplup gets deleted from this execution.
All right. Yeah. That was a cool play, but you can't do it very often. Getting to use the Shen onto the Kayn.
Yeah, you get that one chance every now and then.
Yeah. So they gotta make it pay off with this Baron as we start the Baron dance. The mid laners are gonna come down to join the fight.
Yep. ASG is down 1 member right now, but the rest of ASG feel like they might be able to ward them off. They might be able to go for a steal. They are on the other side of this Baron pit right now. Red the Chair trying to create some space, trying to distract them. The Shen taunts through. Oh, but the Blast Cone sends ASG to places that they don't want to be. And that's going to be Aqua Domain actually goes down to Potato Fries in exchange for Potato Fries' life. Now Baron back on the table for Olympus Amber. Scores 20-8 right now. ASG have no jungler alive. No one alive to be able to try to steal this Baron. This should be a clean Baron take for the side of Olympus Amber.
Yep, and Azura is doing the smart thing. They're just like, okay, yep, we're gonna go push waves and get our tempo going. Since we're gonna have to you're gonna have to reset after this. We'll get our waves going, get our tempo reset. As I'm pretty sure, he's got I was like, oh, who's gonna tank this? Um, so, and what skin has he got? Is that the what is this? Hold on,
I can't tell.
this guy. Someone in chat
Uh,
knows. What is this? This skin's sick. I don't know what
I
this
don't
one is.
play this champion enough to be able to know, unfortunately. Yeah, Twitch chat, help us out if you know. Let us know, let us know. But 5k gold lead now over the side of Olympus Amber. Next dragon is up in 30 seconds. We know where this next fight is. Now, in the last dragon, we believed that ASG probably didn't have to be there and could probably just go do other things. This dragon is third dragon, little hefty, and especially with ASG so far behind, they might not want to give it up. But Red the Chair actually trying to force something now that he's seen Happy Ending. Happy Ending gets caught out and deleted right before this dragon fight. This is a clean take again for the side of Olympus Amber.
And that exhaust, which I had been talking up, he used it in when he got jumped there. So that's a tool that's not going to be available for the next legit fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to get this dragon for free. Azura is going to opt to just do what they should have done for the last dragon, which is stay in your lanes and push the wave, as Woman Appreciator is not even going to be present for this dragon, just going to push in the wave with the Baron buff. Shen getting the push going for them on the bot side as well, catching the wave at their tier 2. Yeah, I think right now it's entirely... Oh, Lindblom. Again.
Yep, Lindblom might look for something. Piplup with the Maokai ulti tries to start this engage. Happy Ending is able to join the fight, and they're finally able to get 2 kills. ASG find the pick they need. Now, what do they do with this is the next question. Mid tower just went down, and Shen is pushing that top side tower down shortly.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you wanted to happen. Unfortunately, or actually, I think the gold went on to Handy Kappa, which I think is good. For a second there, I thought it went on to the Viego, and I was like, oh, that's not so great. But yeah, no, they're gonna get a golden fusion onto a carry. That's gonna be huge. So now they're gonna have that much more threat and damage. We got the Renekton pushing in the wave, so they are not going down without a fight, Azura. Even though they're up against this 10 and now 1 death Kane, they're not without some fight left in them.
Yeah, ASG is very much not out of this game just yet. The problem is they just can't get picked out before anything big. They just can't get picked out at all. They really need to be more conscious about where their vision control is, about where the enemy could be, and just entertain the idea that they're there. If you don't know exactly where they are, just entertain that they're there, that they're wherever you might not be seeing. So ASG, if they're able to just stay a little bit safe and just try to find these picks of Olympus Amber overextending, they'll be able to pick up these kills and be able to have a fighting chance at this 4th dragon, at this 5th dragon, 6th dragon if they can delay it. And more importantly, the Elder Dragon when it starts to come forward. Because Woman Appreciator, just like right now, is trying to overextend for picks right now, for random kills. The other thing is, though, if he happened to get that kill onto Handicappa, nothing huge actually happens. There's no neutral objective to fight for. But Woman Appreciator now a little bit in the opposite side of the jungle. The rest of ASG are here. Olympus Amber are forcing this fight, but Woman Appreciator has his teammates right now. Olympus Amber get 2 kills. Oh, but on the side, that's going to be Aqua Domain going down to Potato Fry's unfortunate flank. Means ASG don't have, or sorry, Olympus Amber don't have their AD carry for this push.
Yeah, so this item is really cool. It just is a big AoE heal. Really good when you just go into the middle of their whole team and sit inside people, and then you just
oh my gosh. It's just anytime Women Appreciator starts anything, there's a Shen ult, there's a teleport, everyone just beelines it to wherever Women Appreciator goes. But he does go down to ASG right now. So ASG have a little bit of time without enemy jungler. No neutral objectives right now. They might just feel confident enough to 5v4 maybe. But now they have some breathing room for vision.
I think we can all relate to this experience, which I'm sure you know, maybe I won't put words in the mouths of the Olympus Amber players, but like we've all had
Sure.
the experience when you're in solo queue and you see your jungler who's absurdly fed just start doing like bizarre, like unnecessary
Yeah.
interplays, and you're like, bro, can we just win the game, bro?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
we just win the game? That's where I think we're at right now, because yeah, they, even with all of the tools, he got blapped on that one. Like he did
Yeah.
end up dying to that play. So
That's how
there
old
is an
school.
upper limit to going entirely ham, even when you are 11 and 2.
That's like how old school like carefree Lee Sin games go. When you got 11 kills in early game, that's when you just start doing absurd things for whatever reason. It just does things to your
Oh
brain.
yeah, dude. No, that was the days when you would use your Wriggle's lantern to put a ward over the wall into their base and
Yeah.
like just kill their waves when
Start
they're like
hunting
leaving
people
base.
down. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That shit is, that's some of my favorite like BM stuff to do, when you're like so ahead, you just go into their base and just farm the waves in the base, and it's like, what are you gonna do? Come fight me? I'll kill you in your base then. That's fine with me.
Yeah. Oh god. Glory days.
Oh,
Glory
back
days.
when I had hands. When I was in silver.
Yeah, back when I had gamer stamina, you know, to be able to play 12 hours a day or whatever. But
I know, I just can't do it anymore.
yeah, Olympus
Washed.
Amber now have full control of this river bush, or sorry, of this river. ASG gonna try to worm their way in. They're gonna go through jungle entrances, which is usually not the most efficient way to try to get themselves in, but they're able to actually do it. They find themselves inside the river. This is now an even river fight for both sides. Shen ult, of course, naturally on the table right now. But Woman Appreciator might get caught out. Woman Appreciator is trying to force something. All ASG has to do is just kite back right now. Woman Appreciator trying to advance towards Happy Ending. Happy Ending gets deleted immediately, and that's going to be the rest of ASG going down. Potato Fries trying to make something happen. Lindblom, the only one on ASG left standing, gonna have to just run away from this. Red, the chair flashes forward to try to force a kill. Olympus Amber are just feeling themselves this game. Lindblom not going to be able to get caught and will escape fairly quickly.
Yeah, Woman Appreciator apparently heard I was talking shit.
Yeah.
Because like that's exactly what happens. Like I'm guessing he had the realization like, okay, I'm inting. Like I'll just win the game, I guess. Because like you saw, he had murderous intent from the minute that fight started. He went around the back. He straight up walked up to Lindblom and was just like, yo. And then Lindblom was like, uh-oh. And then he ran at he didn't go through the wall like then. Like he ran and then flash W'd the Kaisa. So that way he could make sure he was able to get inside. He was able to umbral trespass into Kaisa. And that way he gets the pop on her. For the execute, and that way, you know, she can't get away from his damage. Just really excellent, well thought out Kayn play there. So this is the fully unlocked Rost at 13 kills now. When he doesn't monstrously burger flip it, pretty unkillable at this stage in the game. He's building towards is that the full? Yeah, it's the full maw, right? Yeah. So and then now he's building towards the what builds out a blue hoodie, Spirit Visage.
I did hear Lindblom might be looking for something. This is Olympus Amber just perfectly in the driver's seat right now. They don't even have to do anything. They can just force these minion waves. Oh, but Potato Fries is in here with the flank. ASG is looking for a fighting chance while they have Baron, and Happy Ending is able to stay alive from Woman Appreciator, but ASG has to start kiting. That's too many ASG members down. Olympus Amber able to just wipe the floor from that engage. I respect the engage there. I respect the attempt. That might have been your only chance to be able to do it. But that's it. That's Olympus Amber gonna be taking this game in style. Olympus Amber now 2-3 in the standings after they take down this Nexus. They take down ASG. They play probably the best game they've played so far in these first 3 weeks of FOF. And that's ASG moving up in the rankings. Well done.
Woo. Hell yeah.
Woo!
Damn, that was, you know what? That was actually really, really excellent game overall. Just goes to show you that you don't need to FF every solo queue game when you have someone in the other lanes popping off. So, you know, fix your mental out there. So
Sure.
Azura put up a great fight up there until the end, and until the end, you know, then they were just getting hit around with the wallet a little too hard, especially Kane's wallet.
Right.
Tell me what the skin is if I hover over this.
No.
No one in chat told
Why
me.
would it
Come
do
on,
that?
chat. What's up?
Yeah, too many skins to be able to name them all, you know. But I did hear ASG. I did hear ASG. They play a chess game before every FOF game, and
hell
it
yeah.
depends if they win that chess game, then they win the FOF game. And apparently they lost before today's draft. So far, tradition holding itself true. ASG unfortunately did not win against Olympus Amber. Olympus Amber played fantastic. This is what Olympus Amber looks like when they're feeling themselves, when they're having a good game. So future teams, even though Olympus Amber is in the bottom of the standings right now, clearly they are people that can fight. You know. That being said, thank you, Chris Edgeworth, for joining me for this game. I appreciate the once in a season cast that we get, I believe.
Dude, I've
up
already
next,
cast 3 days this season. You
I
guys are
know
getting
it's more than you used to, you know.
It's like all of my casting days combined for the other seasons.
Yeah. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, and FOF appreciates you, and we appreciate the viewers. Thank you guys so much. Up next, we have an interview with one of the winners from Olympus Amber. Thank you, Logitech Gaming, Adobe Creative Cloud, and Academy of Art, and we will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Take it easy.
All right, folks. Chris Edgeworth here with our second interview of the night, and this time I am joined by Tuke Life, the support of Olympus Esports. How are you feeling after the win?
I feel really good. It was a fun game to play. It felt good to play. So it's always nice to have a win, especially as I'm really kind of one of the main subs for the team to come in and get a win for the guys. Felt good.
Hell yeah. Let's start it off with the draft. There's a very interesting set of champions picked on both sides. One thing that we were cautious about was the pick of the Silas into the Viego, and whether we were gonna see the collapse of civilization when two spaghetti monsters collide.
True.
But you also picked the first overall. You guys picked Blue One Kane. So that strikes me as this was the plan from the get-go. What was your guys' draft plan coming into this game, and what you ended up against? How did you feel about that?
Coming into the game, we had a kind of general idea of how we wanted to play. Berserky Pie is another sub for the team, and he's a really good tank player, so we kind of wanted to play around it. But Woman Appreciator, definitely one of his main champions. I think is pretty well known is Kane. It gets banned against him a lot, and he showed why it gets banned a lot. He's very good on the champ, and hopefully more teams leave it up.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about the bot side of the map, because even though Woman Appreciator was stealing the show and all the kills, it seems that overall the game was played away from you folks for the large portion of that game, from the bot side rather. Talk to me a little bit, if you would, about the early matchup against the Kaisa and the Maokai. I noticed that at level 1 they were able to get a pretty good chunk on either Aqua or you. One of you got poked out pretty bad.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was on Aqua. I messed up. I W'd in and I missed my W when I really should have just left it go. And then unfortunately Aqua took the punishment for my sin. But we balanced it out and it was all good. I think it might have just been, jitters getting in onto the stage, W'd when I shouldn't have on my, second roll. But overall, we kind of knew we wanted to play around Rift with the split push comp with the Shen. Getting some towers down would have really helped to kind of unlock that. So we knew we wanted to play top side, and probably, as you said, maybe that came across. We played around the Rift really well. Aqua played bot really well. He played back. Didn't risk the dive. Just really good communication by the team, and it was really good to see and felt good to play.
Let's and so of course you guys played pretty cohesively around Woman Appreciator once they were off to the races. But the one thing that I did want to ask you about is that we were noting on the broadcast that while Kane was of course crazy fed, and by the end of the game you folks were able to pad KDA a little bit, let's be real, but overall the gold lead wasn't that much. It was, I think the most is, I noted it was 4K gold lead at 11 minutes, and then by 20 minutes it was 3K. So it was negligible change, and it doesn't matter as much the more you go on. Smaller gold leads are more negligible, things like that. So I just thought it was very interesting if you folks had that feeling in game, or if you felt like it was perma 1, it's already done, just they should FF, or if you had that sense that they could really get back into this game at any moment if they were able to get the right stacking of CC and get the right fight for them, because there was a couple times where Woman Appreciator did get bopped and they looked a little bit more feisty.
Yeah. We definitely felt really good that game. We definitely felt ahead. There definitely was a wake-up call where, Women Appreciator said, okay, I misplayed that, blah, blah, blah. And then there was a time where as a team, it was okay, guys, let's hold the horses a bit. Our opponents are a good team. This Kaisa, if she gets going, she can hurt us. But at the same time, the energy on the team was good. We knew we felt ahead, and we knew the Kane was ahead. We felt it. As long as the Kane was around, played around the Kane, it kind of felt like as long as the Kaisa doesn't pop off, we win the fight. And I think that's kind of how it went. When the Kaisa was able to kind of free hit, it started to get slightly dicey, but the Kaisa was locked down. Fights went well. It felt good to play. It's just one of those things when you're winning and you're winning, you're just okay, get to have fun and play, but at the same time realize, hey, this isn't a slam dunk either. Just be smart about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that I agree with a lot of what you said, especially like respecting your opponent and being like, okay, they're not just solo queue clowns. Like, they are
Exactly.
organized people as well. They're on comms. They can figure out what's going on here and a strategy to do something about it, which I noted because like they did show that they had the tools, and I think that that's where you guys really straightened up once it happened. It's good to hear that even Woman Appreciator was noting that and be like, okay, kind of ran it there, like I'm just being a little too greedy. I'll play like
Hmm.
a human being. And then to his credit, like in the last team fight, like the strategy was extra clear. I'm coming around the back as Kane. I'm getting in, like walked right past Lindblom and didn't even bother with him, just so that he
Yeah.
could get directly onto Happy Ending and make
Exactly.
sure that he can get the pop of his ultimate on the Kaisa in that
Exactly.
fight. So,
We
especially
felt
with
as
the,
long as the
I don't think they
Kaisa
had
died.
exhaust for that fight either.
Yeah, yeah. We just felt as long as the Kaisa died, we'd win, and I think you
Yep,
you called it. We
exactly.
could see it clearly in the team fight. We can ignore these other guys as long as the Kaisa dies, and that's Women Appreciator did it. Happy Ending, I think, is what is their name. You know,
Yeah.
well played by the team and Happy Ending, but we knew it's kind of as long as we could kill the Kaisa, we had a really good chance of winning, and that's what happened. And it was a fun game. It was a good contest. The enemy put up a fight. It wasn't just a slam dunk. Oh, this is so easy. It was a good game.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it
it.
was a fun game to play in. I'm sure it was a fun
For
game to
sure.
watch. Very competitive, lots of stakes. I do want to also tip my hat to Handicapo, because I felt like you guys, a couple of guys like didn't realize that Echo's passive and electrocute trigger does like 1,000,000,000 damage. Like,
Right.
some people just got like popped out of nowhere, where I
Yeah.
don't think that they were expecting to die in certain situations. So
Right.
he was playing pretty good on that Echo, but it just
For
didn't work
sure.
out in the end. So good game to
Exactly.
Azura, but Olympus does end up with the win in the end. Tuklife, before we step away, I do want to give you your opportunity here, though, for any final thoughts, any shout-outs, any banter you haven't had an opportunity to get onto the desk.
Not really. I'm just a sub for the team. Just kind of happy to be here, and I'm glad you guys wanted to pull me in for an interview. I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, folks, we got 3 more games coming up today. So we'll be back. We're changing out. I won't be casting this game, I don't think. So I have a glass desk. Knock on wood, someone for me. So we'll be back after a short break with our 3rd game of the day. So don't go anywhere.